Remember this painting of Cain and Abel.
But a bat. Is he here too?
Batman ears fake out, giving us another character to play throughout the story versus just challenge modes adds a nice shakeup to just Batmaning around the whole game. Yo, Catwoman has an SD card reader on her phone? Whack.
Get your filthy paws off that now.
Damn, does that smirk get me feeling some type of way. And Catwoman's confidence of getting to play with Harvey is definitely a win.
The infamous Playboy millionaire has never been one to...
Billionaire, Vicky. Millionaires are so last year.
As cringe as that was, he's playing up this Playboy billionaire angle well.
Imprisoned behind these walls, gang leaders are fighting a bloody war in the middle of our once great city.
Interesting to see Bruce trying his hand at politicking the shutdown of Arkham City instead of just Batmaning his way through it.
By the end of tonight, I will be a hero, just like you, Batman.
Oh shit? The stakes just got raised to 11 with that reveal.
And make Gotham safe again.
Didn't you mean great again?
You are mine.
Not exactly the dung 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 from Asylum, but close enough to remind me of it, so. You might ask, why would Hugo Strange put Batman, the one man who could stop him inside of Arkham City? Well, better to have him locked up under your control versus him out there starting his prowl once Protocol 10 starts. I mean, it doesn't end well for him, but we don't gotta talk about that.
Do you think I'm taking advice from some guy who's never even been in a fight?
Ironic. There are many times throughout the framing feels like a comic panel. This is one of them. It happens again when climbing Wonder Tower, but taking away our grapple is a fun way to shake up the traversal gameplay we are so accustomed to.
I need an immediate drop on the roof of the Ace Chemicals building.
Ah, Batman suits up on the top of the building the Joker was created in. Fitting. I don't often win achievements, but come on. The name of it is I'm Batman. That's perfect. Funny, the angsty forehead and eyebrows are a part of the cowl, not just his constant Batman demeanor. Something I don't hear talked about often is the score of this game. I freaking love it. So heroic at times, it's just a pleasure to listen to.
We have confirmation that prisoner 4011 is in the courthouse. I repeat, Catwoman is in the courthouse.
Could be in reference to Catwoman's first appearance in 1940 on the pages of the first Batman issue ever. 40 is the year, and the 11 is the first issue of the first volume. The combat is smooth as ever, with an added plus that you can somewhat punch thugs when they've been knocked to the ground. All things binary, Alfred recently mentioned about Dent, which, yeah, Two-Face. But this also permeates into the level design, with the Justice statue being charred on the side of the scale with the flames, which so happens to line up with the same side that Dent is burned on.
The only way to get by in this place is to get ourselves some respect. Fear. That's how we get respect. Show them all that we do things. We should be fair, though. This is a place of justice, after all. Screw justice.
I wish this Two-Face got more screen time. I love this performance. I liked it so much, I wanted to use the actor's name to credit them, and who else was it than Troy motherfucking Baker. He's great, but even beyond his acting, the writing and direction of this Jekyll and Hyde Gollum personality is so much fun.
I'm sorry I've been a bad kitty. Untie me, and I'll make it up to you.
And on that line of great performances, Grey DeLisle knocks the nail out of the head with her Catwoman.
Not this one. Time to die.
I vote for a stay of execution.
This is one of the many reasons this is the most beloved Arkham game. We could be serious, but there is some definite comic camp slipping in there. You know, you'd think she'd learn not to flip at Batman, but I love her perseverance, so...
He's not feeling himself. Well, actually, he was earlier, but that's not what I meant.
Ugh, it's like my parents talking about that kind of stuff.
No, it's suicide.
The main chimney. Okay then.
As much as I prefer the more unstable version of Batman from Origins, there's candor to this older one that is just so charming. So the only explanation is that the Joker had some agent that stopped his heart for a moment, then brought him back, as it's clean Clayface Joker that jumped on Batman, so it can't be him. Also, the idea of shoving bones inside Clayface won't work as Batman reads him as deceased. Or they could have dressed someone up as the Joker and the mask and the makeup cover up his face, since no one looks like the Joker. Both are possible, but I just think that Rocksteady didn't want us to think about it too hard and move on, so that's what I'll do. Win for sowing the seeds of the plot twist, though. Catwoman doesn't travel one link like Batman, but she doesn't feel much slower and is fun to whip and jump around the ground level instead of being high in the sky.
No one's who you think they are, my dear. Why spoil the fun?
Haha, foreshadowing that you wouldn't even pick up on since it's hidden under the Who is Batman guise.
So we both die. I'm fine with that.
Batman seriously looks for any loophole to break his one rule.
Who has it? I had our cold-hearted friend Mr. Freeze making it, but he's gone dark on me.
Having these two work together for a time is a fun plot point, even if that's about all this game offers from a narrative standpoint.
Alfred.
Hello, sir.
Batman contacts Alfred much more than he does Barbara throughout City. Maybe it's because there wasn't as much Alfred in the first game. Maybe Rocksteady was adjusting us to Alfred being a competent man in a chair. Either way, more Alfred is always good.
Solomon Grundy? Stupidest name I ever heard.
Grundy shadowing.
Dangers from the deep. In the aquatic observation chamber nearby.
Subtle too.
Thank God.
You may want to hold off on thanking him until after you've answered my question.
Jesus Christ, Batman.
The code. Now.
It's Sarah.
Sarah, Gordon's wife. Love a man who loves his wife.
So, Batman, you here for the cops? The Iceman? Or me?
How about all three? God, that was stupid. I fucking guess there's a shark here. And Predator sequins are still as fun as ever too. So this is Sickle, ex-conjoined brother of Mr. Hammer. It's wacky shit like this that makes me love comic books.
Because if I can't get past it, I won't help you get your suit. Think about it, Victor. You don't look well. If you're gone, what will happen to Nora?
See what I mean? Batman's just looking for a reason to have someone die because of him. Again, talk about a comic panel coming to life.
Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday, christened on Tuesday, married on Wednesday.
Who would have expected to fight Solomon Grundy in one of these games? I sure as hell didn't. And you know, one of these days, Batman is going to not judge his spacing accurately and get smashed in the face. Until then, nerves of steel. Loopholes. Since Grundy always rebirths, Batman technically isn't killing him here.
Gotham is a safer place without you. You are responsible for your own survival.
You know I gotta win the sauce. Robin's here. It's stupid, but I just need to throw a win in here for the K physics.
You have to do it. We need you to do it, Bruce.
Bruce! Bruce! Can you hear me? Your vitals, they're dropping.
And that's why he's Batman. Even in a moment like this, he finds the will to press on. Or in other terms, eat shit, cash checks.
You should have listened to my warning. There are no friends to save you down here. Stop!
No friends, but girlfriends.
When the blood of the demon takes hold, you will be on your own.
Like always.
Then may the spirits be kind.
Oh, Talia did not like that. The Lazarus Pit being under Wonder Tower is a slight hint that Strange and Raish are working together. The whole of the Demon Trials are super fun and wacky, just getting a chance to be super weird with level and boss design. The Freeze boss battle is the #1 best boss battle in the entire Arkham series. Having to use all the tricks you use in Predator against an enemy that learns is super fun and also crazy intimidating, especially on the higher difficulties. This boy does not go down easy. Something Disney Star Wars can't seem to figure out that Rocksteady did. Right here is the first and only time we see Joker hallucinations in Arkham City, which means they had this plot point planned far in advance, and it wasn't some emergent plot thread when developing Arkham City. Funny that the Joker only leaves kisses for Batman, and more hints towards there being two Jokers.
I promise you, Victor, I will find Nora.
Not holding grudges and just being an overall stand-up dude. Be more like Batman.
I mean, if you wanted to be cured so badly, you only had to ask.
Okay, I'm losing my mind trying to figure this out. The camera shows a sick Joker, but Clayface turns around as healthy Joker. But it is actually a mirror since you see the reflections of the tracks and the dirt on it. So was the camera just showing what Batman expected in the mirror? Was it Clayface doubling himself and they're actually not a mirror? Am I just an idiot and the only one not getting this? Help me out in the comments, please. See what happens if you don't kill people, Batman? You gotta knock them out again. And to continue adding to the Clayface twist, this Joker has no bones.
I represent the great Ra's al Ghul, head of the demon, master of the League of Assassins.
Well, bully for you.
I knew he wouldn't care about all that mumbo jumbo, but it still gets me.
You can do it. Just walk right out of here and leave him. It's easy. You'll never forgive yourself, Selina. Save Batman, then get out of here. It's not like he'll die. It's Batman, right?
Screw him.
This is the only choice the player gets to make, and I love it. It brings back the strange quality that the third Scarecrow fight had from Asylum, and for a second, it really seems like the game is over. And if you want, you can keep making the wrong choice over and over again.
Don't die, Batman. I'm coming to save you.
A nice time saver Rocksteady did for us, not making us travel all the way to the steel mill. We've got good pacing to keep up.
Figured you could use my help.
You're right. I think I chipped a nail back there.
I think I chipped a nail back there.
Callback.
He'll kill Talia.
You need to think this through. Batman can't let all these people die.
I love this. Even if it's just for a moment, we see the humanity of Bruce cut through his Batman persona. If Batman would put everything down for this woman, she must be pretty special. Wish we got to see more of her.
And I know you wouldn't be able to live with yourself if your actions caused this poor man to die.
I think he'd be pretty okay with it.
Joker's taken Talia. I'm going after them.
Strange!
This game really loves its little twist, doesn't it? With how gently Ra's does this, I don't think he was trying to kill Batman. I just think he didn't want to get arrested and put in custody so he could return to his Lazarus Pit and continue his work. Two-Face health bar is split just like him. Never knew these kind of takedowns were here, but they are badass. The Terror was a movie that Jack Nicholson, who played the Joker once, starred in, but more on the nose of the situation is that this is the movie that Basil Karlo starred in, but had gotten replaced in, which led to his eventual madness and mutation into Clayface.
It's over.
Surprise!
Now, that's a good twist that no one saw coming. There were hints everywhere for those paying a lot of attention, but chances are you didn't see this coming.
I know I'd want to know just what the hell is going on if I were you.
Talking straight to the audience.
Why sign up with Joker?
The role of a lifetime!
I mean, that's a really good reason. Everyone and their mom wants to play the Joker nowadays, I feel. Bats using the sword is pretty fun and gives us a taste of how unstoppable he'd be with conventional weaponry. I mean, I don't think that's how swords work, but a wonderful throw with a perfectly balanced sword, I guess. It feels like Batman just murdered Clayface a second ago, so here's his loophole for that. For the first time, we see Joker meek and small. It's pathetic to see him like this. I like our supervillains being taken down a peg like this.
Do you want to know something funny? Even after everything you've done, I would have saved you.
You know, that actually is pretty funny.
This definitely is a mirror of the end of The Killing Joke. Though Batman isn't laughing, the Joker is, and there's speculation the Joker dies at the end of the comic, just like he does here. Joker gets the last laugh like always. And they really did just kill off their other main character, with another game left in the trilogy. At the time, it was insane to think there would be another game without the Joker. We all know that turned out, but it was still a baller move. The duality of man comes back in the form of these two. It's so cool seeing everyone respect Batman and the Joker right here, no one getting in his way and attacking him. What a way to end. It's not a cliffhanger, but damn does it really feel like one. Oh wow, replaying this for the first time in 10 years and living online where this is deemed the crown jewel of gaming was whack. This was not the experience I remember having as a kid, and not the experience the internet remembers it to be. Or maybe I am just the single outlier in what I was expecting going back to the game. Get ready to dislike and click off right now if you're a fan of this game, because this is my least favorite Arkham game. But before you let me go, let me explain myself on why me, personally, doesn't like it as much as the others. And don't worry, I'll still be positive, you sillies, it's kind of in the title. But the way I play video games now is almost strictly for the story. There are a few games I still play for the gameplay, but generally speaking, it's the story for me. Arkham City's story is about 5 hours long, and in that 5 hours, nothing really happens. Batman just runs around from place to place trying to make the cure for him and Joker. Oh, and then has to stop Protocol 10, but that takes like 2 seconds as some scary ghost in the closet most of the game. Batman makes no effort to stop Protocol 10 throughout the entire game, and even as it's happening, he's like, nah, my girl's in trouble. The narrative doesn't really speak to any themes, and it's just Batman running around doing Batman things. This is why I love Origins so much, and Night. Batman is actually going through something in these games versus just being the Dark Knight and saving the day. Now, that's the main reason I didn't enjoy replaying this game. But I understand the appeal of this title, and I'm going to detail all of it because you guys deserve to hear the praises sung of this game and not the ramblings of someone who is probably asking too much of his superhero games. Arkham City was a step up from the revolutionary Arkham Asylum in every way imaginable. We moved from a few buildings to an entire section of a city, completely open world, nearly double the villains to take on side quests, even more Riddler trophies than the first, improved combat grapnel boost. I could keep going. But I do not say it lightly when I say every aspect of this game was an improvement over Asylum. I still miss the gothic horror elements, but that's even more nitpicking. Everything Rocksteady did with the game was to make us truly feel like we are playing a comic book come to life, and that's why I believe people love it so damn much. It falls in the same vein as its predecessor narratively of not asking the audience any questions and giving us a very comic book story. Save Arkham City from Protocol 10 and, oh no, the Joker's blood is inside me, and turning me into the Joker? Like, bitch, what? That's just goofy fun. I'm cynical and suck and couldn't let go and have fun with this comic book story, but I know so many others did. The creation of Arkham City was a brilliant way to have most of Batman's villains in one place, so even after the main story, there are many fun side quests with more Batman rogues. And even if you don't go for any side content, you still get Joker, Harley, Freeze, Strange, Raish, Clayface, Solomon, Grundy, Penguin, Two-Face, Ivy, and Tiny, just in the main story alone. Arkham City really is just a who's who of Batman villains, and it's all the better for it. I'll for sure give City this, and this might make me sound stupid, but from an art design, the way the narrative functions, the open world of rogues, City truly is the most comic book feeling of the Arkham games. Origins is a bit too realistic and heavy with its story and world, Asylum is too spooky, Night is a tank sim, but City excels at making you feel the exaggerated swagger of a fearful playboy millionaire. But not just feeling like the Bat, but feeling like the Bat in a realistic comic Gotham, and that's something I don't know if we'll ever see again, at least for a very long time. One of my favorite things to do, which I'm sure you've all noticed, is trying to extract life lessons from my video games. This might be the main reason I couldn't get into the story, as there wasn't something blatantly relatable as Batman is a billionaire superhero. But the one thing that's universal across all Batman stories is sticking to what you believe in. And that leads me to my favorite part of the game, where Batman is trying to forsake Gotham to save Talia. If even Batman wants to leave behind his beliefs at a point, then we shouldn't beat ourselves up too much if we make the same mistake. And remember, in all reality, we aren't as binary as these stories might make us believe. Two-Face, Cain and Abel, Batman and Joker, we are a mess of gray and all constantly trying to figure out how to navigate this world. Please don't take that as me excusing objectively bad and evil actions, because I'm not. Just saying that we are all way too hard on ourselves every minute of every day. You deserve to take a breather and tell yourself, I'm doing okay. One more thing I want to mention is the parallel of Cain and Abel with Batman and Joker. The story goes, after God accepted Abel's sacrifice over Cain's for giving the best of his produce, Cain grows jealous of Abel and murders him. If we were just lining up the character traits, we'd put Batman with Abel and Joker with Cain. But at the end, it's Abel carrying Cain instead of Cain carrying Abel like the opening shot showed us. The way I'm interpreting this is, given a long enough timeline, those who do wrong will never win. Never beat out those who always choose to do right. Evil people will always be their own worst enemy and eventually get in their own way. And when that day comes, it's not a day for celebration. It's a day of mourning. I'm still in love with the saying, for whom the bell tolls, it tolls for thee, as losing a life is always the worst thing to happen, as it takes away all possibility. And we are shown this at the end of City, where we don't see a single person celebrating the Joker's death. Not a goon, not Harley, not Batman, not even the cops. The end of this game is sad and somber, and not victorious in the slightest. Anyway, it's not my favorite Arkham game by a long shot, but I understand why people love it, and it's awesome that this is their favorite of the four. Let me know down below why this is or isn't your favorite Arkham game. I want to know what you guys think of my opinions of this game, and I want to hear yours. I'm still able to read every comment as of now, so let me know. Thank you for watching, drive the speed limit, love one another, and drink some water. Pizza.